Hey guys, how's it going? So it's been about maybe a year and a half. Excuse the video if it's shaking a little bit. I'm using a crappy selfie stick right now to make this recording because I can't find my tripod for the life of me. So quick update. As you can see, I don't have much eczema. I only have a little bit of acne right now. So the background to that is um, I had gone through methotrexate, I had gone through Dupixent, um, but both didn't have the desired effects of completely relieving me of my eczema. On Dupixent, my whole body got better except for my face and my neck and the back of my shoulders. So the back of my shoulders are like the most like kind of aggressive spots of my eczema. But now, yeah, so like it was really bad. So I'll post just I'll cut the video for a second here so you can see the photos before. And so after that, um, it was it was not working out right. It was still constant, kind of like my forehead kept peeling like every single day, and then I had a bout of shingles because of the stress and everything like that. So after going through shingles, and it was really like really painful, um, and that subsiding a bit. Like I tried Dupixent for like maybe I think about 6 months. Um, so giving it 6 months time, not completely resolving my face and my shoulders, really, yeah, like it just wasn't working out. And so uh, upon like the follow-up visits with my dermatologist, we went to try Dupixent. Sorry, Rinvoq. So for those of you who don't know, Rinvoq is a JAK inhibitor. Much like the Dupixent, it interrupts the pathway for the inflammation markers inside of you. But it is an immunosuppressant with more side effects versus Dupixent. Um, Dupixent, what it does is supposed to turn off, I believe it was like IL-13 and 15. You guys have to look up that. I'm not entirely sure anymore, but it turns off these specific proteins in the inflammation pathway that causes your eczema. Um, and then it's supposed to turn off like a lot of your overreaction if your immune system. But the problem is with that is there's side effects of your face and your neck and things like that, and so that's what happens with me and Dupixent. So um, when I was having that trouble with Dupixent, and I was trying to go through the motions of trying to like see if it was effective after those 6 months. In addition to that, I still like I know everybody frowns upon it, but like I literally put corticosteroids on my forehead and my neck and the things like that, like every 2 days. Like this is like beta derm ointment, so like really heavy shit, really heavy stuff. And so I obviously didn't put on my eyes because I don't want cataracts. But yeah, I just kept away from my eyes and my mouth, right? And like the very sensitive spots where you absolutely cannot put topical steroids on. So I just put it on my forehead, being very careful to also moisturize afterwards on top of it, and then washing my hands immediately, very thoroughly before I touch anything else or put any other lotions or anything on. And after I applied the steroids, waited 15 minutes so it could absorb. Then I would put right after that. Then I would put moisturizers and creams and things like that. What I found has helped a lot was that now my kind of the skin care routine I used at that time was Aquaphor, mixed with a little bit of CeraVe. But at this point, yeah, but it was like a really thick kind of concoction, right? And so right after like showering and things like that, I would put on the Beta Derm, wait 15 minutes, literally like stand there for 15 minutes, not touching anything, wash my hands, then put then I would put the Aquaphor and CeraVe mixed together, and then I would put it over my head and like in my body and everything like that. So that was like just like mitigating the inflammation that came from all that. So after 6 months of Dupixent and trying that, I went to Rinvoq, and you can see now I'm like pretty much my eczema is cured. Well, my eczema isn't cured, but it's mitigating all the symptoms. And so right now you can see like my face is clear. I have color back in my face. I'm not dying 24/7. The fact that I'm not itching every moment is just like such a huge like sense of relief. I literally have my life back now. And so with Rinvoq, however, there are like side effects, right? So the side effects that I experienced was like a little bit of acne that you can see right now on my face, but I think that's normal. I think it's just getting hot. I'm eating chicken wings and stuff like that, and normal stuff that used to happen before I had this huge bout of like terrible eczema. And so right now it's the other like symptoms that I feel is like fatigue and tiredness. So unfortunately, like I do go to bed and I wake up tired. But in terms of the trade-off between never getting any sleep and being sleep deprived from the eczema and like from my shoulders, and getting up every like hour and a half in my sleep cycle to just scratch, right, or just like subconsciously scratching and things like that, interrupting my sleep constantly, right, that hasn't happened with Rinvoq, right? And so I think that's a huge trade-off. Like I think that's a well worth trade-off in terms of like feeling a little bit tired versus feeling fucking completely exhausted from the complete lack of sleep. So other things that I've also heard of, like in terms of Rinvoq, is that Rinvoq also increases your cancer risk because it is an immunosuppressant, and increases your chance of shingles again, because it is an immunosuppressant, right? So if you guys do decide to take Rinvoq, make sure you talk it out with your dermatologist properly. Understand that there are risks inherent with it, but as you can see, like I don't care how many side effects there are, so long as I can live a normal life now. And so that's what I'm living right now. I'm living literally a normal life now. Back to obviously I'm taking it more easy, not putting as much stress on myself to kind of aggravate my eczema. But being able to actually work, to sleep, to function as a normal human being again is just entirely, like, it's huge. I'm so glad that I have this drug to take, and like it's just a daily pill. I don't have to do injections anymore. But yeah, there are risks associated with it, so understand that that's the price you pay, right? But to me, in my situation and how you guys saw me and when I first started this video series and everything that went on, really it's completely worth it. So I'm getting like a little off topic. Oh my god, it's already a 15-minute video. Sorry, it's actually 7 minutes. I was looking at the 50 other thing, but yeah, try out Rinvoq, talk to your dermatologist, see if it works for you. In terms of like, now get into like insurance coverage and stuff like that. So right now, Rinvoq, still being a fairly new medication, is not covered by any provincial formularies right now. However, they do have a financial assistance program as well, similar to Dupixent in the Freedom Support Program. But for a BV right now, because it's still under the government kind of evaluation process. There's this entire regulatory kind of association that deals with the evaluations of new medicines and things like that, and whether they do want to cover it under the provincial formulary. And so if it ends up being covered under the provincial formulary, and they find out that this medicine is effective, essentially your health card will cover it, and then any private insurance will just pick up the rest, and then pretty much cover it 100%. So in terms of getting it approved right now, it's still in the process. So right now, the ABV is giving, which is the company similar to Freedom Support Program, so it's called ABV. So ABV right now is just giving compassionate prescriptions to people right now. Regularly speaking, like a bottle of Rinvoq, which is like 30 pills for a month at 50 milligrams each, it's about like $6,000 if you just pay out of pocket. So you have to go through your this kind of financial assistance program, because almost no private insurance covers it, nor the way they will, especially during this process where they're trying to get approved by government agencies and trying to get approved by just in terms of insurance coverage. This is all in terms of insurance coverage, by the way, so don't feel concerned that there's like, this is an untested drug or something like that. That's not the case at all. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm only strictly talking about insurance coverages, because there are economic and financial implications associated with this medication. In terms of medically speaking, it's completely sound. It has known side effects. It has robust clinical trials, right? And you can see the result here, right? Thankfully, I've taken it for, like, you guys can see, like, the time that I posted my last video till now. I haven't bothered posting, quite a long time, simply because I had my life back. I had other things to do, and it wasn't something at the forefront of my mind. I literally could do things day to day now. And it's like, so it went from a point for, like, you're suffering 24/7 and you're trying to find a solution, and you're trying to let other people know that, hey, like, there is hope in the trenches. And then once you get out of the trench, it's hard to think about going back to posting these videos and things like that, and talking about, like, health in general, when everything is completely fine, right? So just to let you guys know that Rinvoq, it is still a drug, right? It is still not a cure, and it's only a symptom mitigator. So what that means is, like, for example, every 24 hours every 24 hours you must take a Rinvoq tablet, right? So I'm taking one every 24 hours, but for example, if I forget to take Rinvoq for example, like, I'm out, like, every day I take it at 3 p.m., right? If I miss that 3 p.m. mark by, like, 6 o'clock at night, I'm already starting feeling itching, especially around my shoulders. And I can feel, like, bumps on my skin, like, I can feel, like, a bump on my skin that's causing the itch form, right? Which obviously, like, turns into more eczema later. So my eczema is always right around the corner. However, if I take the medication on time every single day, I don't notice any itch. And when I do notice itch, I always go, oh, did I not take my medication today? Oh, I didn't, right? So in addition to taking Rinvoq, I'm also taking the allergy medication, so Reactin, hydroxystrelin, but I don't take the brand name Claritin. I just go to Costco. I buy like a 50 tablet, like 100 tablet kind of little bottle of the daily antihistamines, and so I take 3 of those every day, with 4 tablets of 1,000 IU's of 4 1,000 IU tablets of vitamin D, D3. I think it's D3, the one that's more effective, and then I also take that with my Rinvoq tablet. So why do I take the vitamin D and why do I take the antihistamines? So Rinvoq just stops the itching from your eczema, but it doesn't stop you from reacting to your environment and the allergies that you developed over time that also cycles in with the eczema. So unfortunately, when you have eczema, you get really sensitive to everything and you start scratching. And then your body naturally is more attuned to having allergic reaction and histamine reactions to everything else. And so even though your base level eczema might be solved, you might still feel itchy if you don't take daily antihistamines. So I take daily antihistamines now. And then so every day I take 3 tablets of hydroxystrelin, and with the 4 IU's of 1,000 IU tablets of vitamin D, and then with my Rinvoq tablet, and that's keeping me at the base level of not itching and being completely normal. Why do I take the vitamin D now? Is because there's a lot of studies suggesting that vitamin D deficiency is it could be not 100% cause, but could be a cause of eczema and like not a well-functioning immune system, right? And so another thing is also with energy as well. Being vitamin D deficient lowers your energy, causes fatigue and things like that. And so in order to offset kind of the huge feelings of fatigue with the Rinvoq, I take the vitamin D that not only is supposed to theoretically help with the eczema, but it helps a lot with my energy. I feel like when I don't eat the vitamin D, I feel like very sluggish and drowsy, right? And so thinking about things like that, that's pretty much how it goes, right? So so try out Rinvoq. Sorry, the kids are like having a blast upstairs right now. So try out Rinvoq, speak to your dermatologist. I know this video is quite a long one. I just wanted to give you guys an update as well on all this stuff. And the last thing I also wanted to mention was get yourself a patch test. Do a patch test with an allergist. So in like way back when I had the appointments with the dermatologist, and I finally got my referrals. I also got a referral to an allergist here in Calgary, Alberta. So that took about like a year and a half to get my appointment, but it was worth it because now I know exactly what I'm sensitive to. And so they'll put a whole bunch, like patch, just look up patch tests. They put a whole bunch of squares on you, and then they like prick you, and then you find out exactly what environmentals that what environmental things that you're potentially sensitive to, not allergic but sensitive to, what will cause you irritation, things like that. And then also what ingredients in like common household cosmetics and shampoos and all that stuff, right? What will those things like cause sensitivities towards you, right? And I found out that I was a sensitive to limone, Limonene, right? Limone. And then also I was allergic, sensitive to like vinyl flooring. There's like a chemical in vinyl flooring, and there's like another chemical associated with like latex gloves and like gloves in general and rubber. So it makes sense because limone is in the body wash that I use. I used to like for years and years and years. I used like Dove body wash, and like all Dove products have the limone in it. So I completely eliminated all of that, and so I don't get like irritation around my eyes and things like that anymore. In terms of like vinyl flooring and stuff like that, the place I used to live in when my eczema was getting really bad, it was all the vinyl flooring. And so these are like things that it's important to kind of follow up with an allergist to help you eliminate the things that you're sensitive to that could potentially trigger eczema in the future. So now, is this a cure for your eczema? No. All of this is just a mitigation strategy and a symptom mitigation until we can actually find a cure. So yeah, that's the update that I got for you guys, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope I didn't waste your time with this super long-winded stuff. But yeah, make sure you get out there, talk to your dermatologist, see if Rinvoq is possible for you. If Rinvoq isn't possible for you because of some immunosuppressant concerns, you know, maybe you can. There's other like JAK inhibitors and things like that that are available. But yeah, that's just the one that worked for me, and it's working for me right now. And side note, like a million and one side notes, but a side note is that I've heard about other patients who tried Rinvoq and it only worked for them for about 9 months. Luckily for me, it's been working for about a year and a half now. So I'm really hoping that I get like as much more time with this as possible. But for whatever time that I get with this, with as much symptom relief as I'm getting right now, I don't take it for granted. It's like it's worth its weight in gold, and I really appreciate just the fact that this medication existing could give me a portion of my life back. So yeah, just try it out. Yeah, I know this is like it kind of gets me emotional thinking about like how hard it was to go through all of that stuff and coming back around and being able to actually like, you know, live a life again, right? But yeah, don't give up. I don't want to cry and tear up. It's too cliche. So make sure that you know, talk to your dermatologist. Try it out. It might just be the solution. Never give up. All right, take care, guys. I'll talk to you later.